go. Well, hey, man, it's jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel. Listen, let's go ahead and get into Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, honey. Let's talk. All right, now the lady's still out there in La Quinta over there at Kyle's vacay house or whatever. Now, Erika ended up leaving last night after she had told them lies about Tom and that injury. Some about her stories don't be aligning for me. You know, you be wanting to be hopeful, but I feel like Sutton is probably going to win me over later on in the season because she's going to start questioning some things that Miss Erika is saying. I also feel like Miss Garcelle don't believe everything that Miss Girl Erika is saying either, but she also probably doesn't want to be the only person that thinks that way and coming off as though she's insensitive. However, I did not like how Kyle handled something when it came to Erika, but we'll get into that, okay? I'm sorry, not Kyle, but I did not like how Garcelle handled something with Erika, but we'll get into that. All right, we see that there's a new headline out there about Tom. He done been hospitalized, but how they worded it in the article, they made it seem like it was recent, even though it was something that may have happened a while ago. And I guess they're probably trying to use the fact that he was hospitalized as an excuse as to him not knowing how he was handling his funds or something like that. However it was, okay? Crystal came over from the hotel. Erika has returned as well. Dorit is wondering why Miss Erika hasn't opened up to her about her struggles. I don't know. I just kind of feel like maybe she doesn't, or she'll tell you what she wants you to know when she's ready for you to know, whether it's truth or lies or whatever. It is her business, and sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with you directly. It's probably just something that's going on within her. So she's just probably giving her information out in portions or however, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think Dorit should take any hard feelings by it at all if Erika is not sharing certain things with her, because, you know, that's a sensitive subject. Erika is in a vulnerable spot that she may not really want to be in, whether right or wrong. So, you know, that's probably why she's keeping some things close to the vest. And she ended up mentioning that later on in the episode. Kathy calls Kyle and tell her she need a straw and some chia seeds. Baby, somebody call Kathy and tell her come pick me up. Somebody call Kathy right now. Go DM Kathy or whatever, at my name under Kathy's IG page or something. Tell Kathy to come and get me. Do you hear me? All right, we need to be friends, period, because Kathy keeps me hollering. Do you hear me? I love me some Kathy. Okay, now when it goes to the ladies being out, because they went on like a bike ride or something like that, they went through the town or whatever, and so I think it was what's her name, was it Lisa? I don't know if it was Lisa. I think it was Kyle that ended up bringing up Erika and Tom, and then about him cheating or something, and then Erika says, not Erika, but Dorit is like, girl, it don't even matter how old he is, you know, it's the fact that he still cheated, and then he had the audacity to be disrespectful to her. Okay, that's the problem that she's having with him. She's like, and Erika's still out here protecting this man, and she hopes that Erika got somebody in her corner to let her know, you can be honest with us now. You can tell us everything because he ain't out here protecting you, so why are you protecting him? And it's like, girl, she ain't really protecting him. She's really protecting herself. For real, she just trying to be mindful and careful about how she put this information out so it don't blow back on her. Okay, but at this time, y'all didn't really have all of the details. Y'all just had some, but okay. All right, so what else happened? Erika has a home in La Quinta. Once they get back, they talk about her having a home in La Quinta. Erika says that she's never seen the home before, doesn't know what the address is, don't know nothing about the house or anything. They look her up in the directory. She's definitely there in the directory. So Kathy gives her this good idea to just call security and tell her, like, listen, I haven't been here in a long time. I done forgot my address and stuff. See if they'll give you the information. Erika said, girl, no, you can call though, because I feel like they'll give it to you before they give it to me, Miss Hilton. Okay, how about you go and do that? What else was said? Okay, yeah. So she says that she asked him about the home that's out there in La Quinta, but he never really gave her a straight answer. It seems like Tom, according to Miss Erika, never gave her straight answers about a lot of stuff. But I wonder now, did she really know about that 20 million that he sent over there towards her company? Was she aware of that money that went over there? I would think that she was aware of it because it's such a large amount. But you know, Miss Erika trying to play the role of I didn't know this, I don't know that, I haven't talked to him, who knows, I don't know. You know, she's trying to play up that role right there. So Lisa brings up the article about Tom's health, and she acts like she doesn't know anything, and this is what but familiar with the story according to Erika. She acting like I don't know, but you know, I've heard about that. Yeah, I did hear about that. All right. Now Garcelle has arrived, and she's over there, you know, chatting it over with Crystal because they're gonna have dinner later on. She arrives and goes over to the to Crystal's house, or to where she's staying at. Crystal updated Garcelle on Erika and about the cheating rumors that Tom has been out here doing. Garcelle is surprised because that's not what she told Garcelle. Because when Garcelle went and asked her about it, she was like, oh no, it's no cheating, not that I know of. But then now all of a sudden there is cheating. Well, girl, which one is it? So yeah, her stories are not lining up. They're not necessarily making sense. And it's trouble for her being on this show because they recording you and catching you in all these different lies that you out here telling, girl. And it's not necessarily making sense. Okay. Now, what else happened? So Erika says that she is now learning how to go to the bank. This is what she said at the dinner table. I'm like, wow, you never knew how to go to the bank. Even before you met him, you ain't know how to go to the bank. Girl, I know you knew how to go to the bank before you met this man. Why you sitting up here acting like you didn't know how to go to the bank? You wasn't privileged like that before you met Tom. I refuse to believe, but okay, then Kathy went ahead and agreed. Kathy said, I don't either, you know, but it's a learning process, girl. You'll figure it out, okay? Kyle brings up them finding one of their homes, you know, in La Quinta, and how she believes that it may have been sold. And then Erika was sitting up there like, it's sold? Well, why didn't he tell me that it's sold? And I'm like, Erika, he didn't even tell you the damn address. And this be the stuff here that makes us feel like something in your story don't sound like you lying, basically. Because one minute you saying you didn't know anything about the house, you never, you don't have the address, you don't know anything about it, and then you over here asking why he didn't tell you that it's sold. Why would he tell you it's sold? He wasn't really telling you shit else about it. He just said y'all got a house out there. That was it. That's all he gave you. So if you ain't know the address, you don't know nothing about it, you don't know what it looked like, you don't know the square footage or anything, why would he tell you that it's sold? But I believe her name ended up being on that property. And so that's what Sutton was trying to tell her, like, girl, you got a good attorney, but you need to make sure you got a good forensics team that's about to scrape and go through your funds and stuff. But I don't know if y'all caught Erika's face. Her face kind of looked like, yeah. And then she kind of sat back for a minute. So for me, that made me think Erika do not want no forensics team going through them coins. Okay, she do not want them to go through and be able to see where her money came from. And they probably sent her to a flashback or something, or a flash forward. And she started thinking about everything going on within her accounts and how they may still try and link her to this man, even though she's sitting up here trying to make it seem like she didn't know a lot of shit. But okay, then, girl, good luck. Okay. What else is going on? So Erika, Garcelle, and Crystal, so they ended up going out, you know, sitting down, you know, out in the mountains or wherever they went. And Garcelle wants to know more because y'all know Garcelle is nosy. Okay, Garcelle asked Erika, you know, whether or not she you know, pretty much how she's feeling about everything that's going on. Erika tells her, and that's what I don't be liking that Erika do. She be knowing shit, but she always leads with a I don't know type of thing. You know, every single thing that she tells them to me, it seems like she leads with the I know, but I don't really know. Like, I know enough to tell y'all I heard about it, but don't ask me further questions about it because IDK, right? So that right there alone lets me know that you know more than what's going on, you know. And the fact that you're getting a divorce from this man, you probably know about everything, all his meetings, whatever. You probably know a lot of stuff. Okay, so Erika says there's a hearing today. It's in Chicago, but you know, I don't know anything about it. I'm like, well, but you knew it's in Chicago. You knew it was today. You don't know nothing else about it. Suzanne, girl, you lying. She lying. So Garcelle asked her if she got any allowance from Tom. Erika says that she didn't get an allowance. You know, she kind of looked at her like, BIT, why are you asking me this, girl? But if you must know, no, I ain't getting no motherfucking allowance, girl. But I did use some credit cards and I did get cash from him when I wanted. So what else is going on? And Garcelle still want to know, well, did you guys share anything? Was there anything that you guys shared? And Erika says that, well, he kept all that stuff away from me, so I wouldn't know. He kept all of that away from me, you know. Tom was in control of everything. I'm having a hard time believing that Tom was in control of everything. Everything. Was he in everything? I don't know, y'all. I mean, maybe he was, but I'm not trusting Erika, so I don't know. Because right now, her whole claim to fame is she's being on this show is setting him up to look like the fall guy, like he's wrong. And she may be right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just still questioning it. That's all I'm saying. So Garcelle asked her if she had a heads up about the lawsuits and if that's why she seeked the divorce. Erika was like, now, bitch, why would you ask me? Girl, she was like, no, I didn't. Okay. No, I didn't know anything. All right. That had nothing to do with that. Okay. It was a long time coming. You know, he suffered a brain injury. He had something going on. It was a lot going on. And then she threw Miss Crystal in it. Like, Crystal, you would know because your father had Alzheimer's and all this other stuff. So, of course, Crystal decided to speak to that and how gruesome it is and how hard a person gets it when a person is going through that. You know, how hard the caretaker gets treated or how bad they get treated when somebody's going through that type of condition. So, yeah, Erika, as they were leaving, she ends up telling Garcelle, like, yeah, he calls me every day, trying to have a conversation with me, saying that he missed me, come home, come this, come that. This is why it don't be sounding right, because I'm confused. He calling you, telling you he miss you, you talk to him every day, but then you also said to people how he wants you to pay your own lawyer fees, and he's been mean about this and he's been mean about that. If you've left him, I don't know, I could be wrong. I just feel like he's not going to be calling you every day telling him, come home, come home. I mean, unless that's his mental issue or something like that. I mean, I guess, but I just feel like and he wants you to pay your attorney fees, and he's probably going to come after you. Like, I don't think he's calling you, telling you to come home if he's up here torturing you. That, I mean, some don't sound right, but y'all let me know y'all thoughts. All right. She says that she's not able to talk to him because she needs people to continue to believe that the last time she talked to him was when she was at the house. Okay, so that her story can continue to stand true. This is a mess. Okay, so Kyle asked later on when they get back to the house, Kyle asked Erika about the latest development. Erika says that, yeah, there's a transcript. You know, they're supposed to be sending me something. I don't really know, you know, what all's in it or what it's about, but, you know, I'll find out about it. Like, that's always her thing. She gives them information and then she turns around and says IDK because honestly, she don't want them to ask any further when she definitely knows everything. Okay. Which makes me feel like if you do that to those girls, and that's how you're going to present yourself to your attorneys and probably to the judge, as though you don't know anything, but you know about it, which makes us believe that you actually know more than what we may think you know, because you kind of let us know that you know more. You know what I'm saying? And then follow up with IDK. Anyway, she says that she has to be careful about what she says and keep it pretty close to the vest, okay? Even though that may not be the information that the ladies want, she got to be careful with that. Erika says that she may have to leave early, depending on what kind of information she gets from the attorney. Here go Garcelle. This is where Garcelle went wrong for me. Okay, Garcelle says that I'll go with you if you want, if need be, I'll go with you. And I'm like, Garcelle, stop acting like you're being genuine, because in my opinion, you're not. You're going with her because you're still trying to find out information about her situation because it's not clear to you. I understand that it's not clear, girl. It's not clear to a lot of people. Okay, it ain't even clear to Kyle, even though Kyle over there just eating it up and acting like she being supportive to Miss Erika. It don't even make sense to her. Okay, but she don't want to be seen on camera questioning it. But as far as you telling me, I'll go with you if need be. I'm like, girl, y'all not even close enough like that for you to be going anywhere with her. So it's like, girl, I see you. Whatever that is, I see you. I don't like it. Okay. So then she then goes on to say, you know, if you don't mind me telling, Erika, you know, said Tom calls her. And it's like, how you gonna say that if you don't mind me telling, and then continue to go on without even her, like, you know what I'm saying? Say, like, answering that back. She just went on telling this lady business, telling some, yeah, she said that Tom calls her all the time. He calls her every day and this and that. And I'm like, why would you do that? If the roles were reversed, okay, you won't want nobody telling your business. Maybe she didn't want those ladies to know that he called her every day. Okay. Maybe she didn't want them to know that. So, Erika tells her, I do mind. I definitely mind. Okay. Because you telling my business. Okay. But if you want to have a moment, baby, go ahead, honey. Have your moment, okay? I feel like you betraying my friendship, but you go right ahead and do what you want to do. And Garcelle says, no, I don't want to do it like that. Girl, shut up. I was not, I'm sorry, y'all. I was not featuring Garcelle. Garcelle be pissing me off. I be wanting to root for her, but she do be getting on my nerves, despite whether Erika telling the truth or she telling lies. I just didn't like how she was moving with that. Garcelle wants to know, why was Erika so upset about her just telling that Tom called? And it's like, really, it's a big thing or it's a small thing, it's still her business. So if she wants to speak on that, then let her speak on that. Okay. Erika says that she was sharing a private conversation with her. If she wanted everybody else to know, she would have told them. Some things are just not meant to be discussed at that time. But I also kind of feel like Erika started crying also because she knew she was going to continue to get badgered with questions, and she had to figure out an escape plan as well. Okay, so I feel like that's why she started to cry. So when Erika says, you know, I'm a very open person, Garcelle was like, yes, yes. And she said, she was like, you are. And she said, and I'm honest. Ain't nobody say nothing. Do you hear what I say? Well, Erika said that she was an honest person, not a single person nodded their head or say yes. Hear me. Okay. So that means there are people amongst the group that do not believe you telling the truth. Okay. What else happened? Dorit feels like Garcelle should have been more sensitive to Erika, but Garcelle is saying, I didn't even know she didn't want to talk about it. So Crystal is taking up for Garcelle, which I don't believe is true. But Crystal says that, well, she said in the car that she didn't want to talk about it anymore, but you weren't there. You weren't there, so you wouldn't know. You weren't there when it happened. Girl, I'm sure she said it in the car. I'm sure she said it right after she talked to y'all. I'm sure she probably said it on the bus, like, do not, don't tell them. I'm sure Miss Garcelle heard her and still wanted to do what she wanted to do, because that's what Garcelle does. Anyway, Sutton is confused on why Erika made a big deal out of everything. I think it was more to the episode as well that I honestly cannot remember, because I kind of stopped taking notes or whatnot. So that's really all that I have. But there were some other things I think that happened towards the end of the episode. But Sutton is not believing this story from Miss Erika, and the way Erika tells her stories, I'm not believing Erika either. But I'm open to seeing how this thing is going to play out throughout the season, and I can't wait to see when Erika blows up on Sutton, and probably vice versa. And I also want to see if Garcelle is going to come out and admit the fact that she don't believe her, because I do believe that Garcelle does not believe Erika. Okay, but that's all I got. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.